Hey, y'all. Welcome to Simple Conversations. This is KJ.
Hey, and it's Alice. So pause us for a minute, grab you something to drink, come back, sit down, and be a part of this conversation.
Because we have a lot to say. Welcome to Simple Conversations. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Simple Conversations, where grace meets strength. Hey, Alice.
Hey, KJ.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Listeners, we're so glad to have you back. We really appreciate that you spend your time with us.
Yes, we appreciate y'all listening.
And sharing with your friends. Don't forget, always share it with your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Share, like, comment.
What's today?
Today is Sunday, September 26th.
Wow.
It's fall.
It is.
I actually said today that I was chilly and I loved it.
Right? And you're never chilly.
Never.
No, if you hang out with KJ, she keeps her spaces. We call it like a meat locker.
Yeah.
Cold enough you can hang meat.
That's right.
Yep. I always have a sweater.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gots to.
So we are actually in the same place this time recording this video or this podcast.
Which is different.
It is, because usually we look at each other through the computer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're actually sitting 6 inches beside each other.
Right.
In a whole different town.
Right. It's lovely.
Yeah. Which leads us into the reason why we're going to do this podcast, because we believe in getting away.
Yes. On so many levels and for so many reasons.
Yes. And when I say getting away, like that means physically packing a bag and leaving your home and getting away from your home. And I'm not necessarily your people.
Right.
Sometimes though.
Right. And sometimes I take my people.
Yeah. Sometimes our people can come with us.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But not all the time.
Right. And I think it depends on why you're going away.
Sure.
So do you want to start with why we're away, or do you want to start with the many reasons why you would like to go away? I was about to say shit. I was about to shit on y'all. I stopped myself.
No shouldn't allowed. So let's just start with why we're away.
Okay. So we are away to make the most of our time and to record podcasts while we're together, where our energy can just brainstorm together and, talk in advance and not be distracted by, FedEx bringing a package and the dog barking and all the other things going on. Yeah.
And time constraints.
Right.
And because honestly, I enjoyed it so much more when we had like podcasts that were done, they were edited, we knew when they were going to be released, instead of actually feeling pressured.
Right. That I text you and say, we have to have a podcast in 3 days. We don't have anything.
Yeah, because we're trying to be women of our word. And we said we're going to release a podcast every 2 weeks.
Right.
And so it's not that we don't have a whole lot to say, because we always have a lot to say. It's just the time.
Right.
Yeah. With your schedule and my schedule, and we're busy. And
women are busy.
Yeah. And there's a couple of times that we did it when we were at my salon and we were doing hair. I don't enjoy that either.
Yeah, because it takes away from our own conversation.
Yeah. Well, and our hair, like we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be doing, So the point that we're trying to make is that we are away from our homes. We're in a cute little town in North Carolina, in a cute little cottage. That needs some cleaning.
A little bit.
As I look at a cobweb.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So to be intentional about our time so we can share with you.
Yeah.
So what are some of the reasons that you've gotten away?
Well, I got lots of reasons. Okay, so I try to go away if I'm working on a project.
Okay.
Because that gives me less distractions. And there's just a sense of peace when I'm by myself working that just gives me clarity, and I don't get so much brain fog as I do when I'm at home. I can work at home, but it depends on what's going on, who's in the house, how many people need something from me. I can't work as focused as I can when I go away. So I was away, like I was only home a day when we came away. So Tim went away to work last week and it didn't interfere with my school schedule. So I went with him. He went to Pennsylvania. So we got there Monday. He worked Tuesday, Wednesday, and half day Thursday. So Tuesday and Wednesday and half day Thursday, I got to stay in the hotel room by
Nice.
myself and work on some projects and get some things accomplished. And I love every minute of it.
Yeah.
And he got back Tuesday and he's like, do you want to go to dinner? And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, whatever. I mean, I don't care if you go get something or if you want to go out. And he made me leave the hotel because he knew I wouldn't, because I was so content to just be there. It was good that we left.
Sure.
Like, that was important.
Yeah.
But I would have been just as content to not even leave and just stay and be focused.
So when you go away alone because you're working on a project,
Mhm.
do you set the intention of that time and you know when you leave that you're going to have certain things taken care of, or do you work leisurely? What does that look like? Do you put yourself on a time constraint, or
I've done both.
okay,
So I went away over this, late spring to work on the Summer Life Designer. And I knew when I came home, it needed to be finished.
okay,
And so when I came home, I just needed to do that last walkthrough, proofread, and
okay,
it was ready to go to the printers.
mhm,
This time I wasn't working on a project that had a deadline.
okay,
So I was just starting to put some things together. Very different.
okay,
And actually I worked on probably 3 or 4 different things this time, which was really good because it was uninterrupted time that gave me time to really, I didn't have to stop and start and then go back and waste time remembering what I just did, yesterday to start back today. And so I think you retain more. I think I retain more when I don't have to stop and start so often.
Oh, absolutely. And I find with me that if that happens at one point when I walk away, I lose momentum.
Mhm,
And so I love to be intentional about the time.
mhm.
And so I can get some things done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And I like completion.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that is so true, because I've got like 3 projects right now
Mhm.
that I was able to start when I was away and there
Mhm.
was no completion. And I've gone back to 2 of them several times,
Mhm.
but that other one I never picked back up again.
Okay.
Because now I'm overwhelmed, because
Okay.
it's like I did just enough.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, maybe I should
Mhm.
get away to work on that project.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to put that on my calendar.
You do need to put that
immediately.
on your calendar.
Immediately.
What other reasons do you go away?
I love to go away because as a busy woman
Mhm.
who is a mom and I have animals and I own a business, if I can never do a staycation,
Oh, right.
because that's not a vacation to
No.
me.
Mm-mm.
That's not unplugging from my responsibilities to rest my soul and rest my
Right.
brain.
Right.
And so I love to go away and be in the country
Mhm.
and not really worry about anything,
Right.
and away from all responsibilities.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even if I'm at home and no one else is at home, and it's like, okay, I'm going to get so much done today on this project. Oh, I'll get distracted by, like you were talking about the cobwebs, and I'll have to pause and go do the cobwebs because those things bother me if I'm
And
at
then
home.
that leads to another project and
Mhm.
another project.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. And-
Or you're at home
Mhm.
and you're working on a project, but you're doing laundry in between.
In between, yeah.
And you're cooking dinner
Mhm.
and you're ordering
Mhm.
groceries to be
Right.
delivered.
Right.
And you're turning the dog in and out,
Mhm.
and so it's not
Uninterrupted at all.
It's not uninterrupted,
Right.
and the time has not been spent intentionally working on that project. And so does that mean, and this is just for me, does that mean I've given that 100%?
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Yeah.
Not
Mhm.
fairly.
Mhm.
I don't think so.
No.
I also like to go away with girlfriends.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that, I like to go away. Like I've been the last 3 years, like hosting a ladies retreat.
I was about to talk about that. I
And
know,
I
I love it.
really, first of all, I mean, that's just a whole God story. I don't even know why he trusted me with it. But with that being said, it's been amazing.
Mhm.
And so I love that.
I do too.
I really do. I get a lot out of that. I love the women who come
Mhm.
and the friendships that are formed there and
Mhm.
nurtured there. But then I also like to just get away with one or two.
Yeah.
Or so that the ladies retreat is probably the only time that I've ever like gone away with like 12 women.
Okay.
Like that's the biggest group.
Have you done
that I've
retreats before the one you did?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I've been to women's retreats where, a bunch of women got away. But yours is by far the best. Yeah. There's a different level of authenticity with your retreat than what I had experienced before.
Oh, that's interesting. Thank you.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
that. Because that's what I want it to be.
Right. And
why do you think that is? Well, that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother
Yeah,
podcast.
that's a whole nother podcast. We're going to try to stay on topic, right? Yeah.
And look, we have notes in front of us to do that. But God trusted you with it because you did it. Like He knew you would do it. You did it.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. That's why I trusted you, because you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's very interesting. That's another podcast too, that I would really love to share how that came to fruition. And yeah, that's.
You have a lot of great stories of God moments that would make a great podcast. Write that on the book. We need to do that one. Okay. So I also go away. Maybe once a year, we try to do it with my mom and my sisters.
That's nice.
We did it. We didn't go anywhere we did last year. No. Did we go away last year? I don't know. The last time we went away, we went to Tennessee when my niece had her baby, and we visited. And then on the way home, we took the long way home. And it was in 2020. It was in 2020 because we took the long way home and we went by that natural bridge to that petting zoo thing. And we stopped in Mayberry. And
I remember the videos from the zoo. That was hilarious.
So hard.
Yeah,
that was so much fun.
Yeah.
And so we took about 3 or 4 days to come home and made some stops and did some visits, and that was a lot of fun. We usually have a lot of fun when we're together. It takes us a minute when we're together to kind of shake off the energy a little bit.
Okay.
But then we have a lot of fun.
Okay.
So yeah, and my mom enjoys that. She enjoys just being away with the girls.
Oh, I'm certain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm certain.
Yeah. So that's fun. And Tim and I try to go away once a quarter, even if it's for just a weekend. And the first time we go away each year, we started this after my dad passed, so we've done this twice now, is I didn't know all the things about our arrangements and I'll say estate planning, like we have an estate, right? Like, but that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
But like, I didn't know all of the ins and outs and what our insurances looked like and all of that kind of stuff. And like we talked about when we talked about our dads, the podcast there, you guys, if you didn't hear that, you can go back just a few podcasts back, and KJ and I both talked about what we learned both from our dads, but also from the passing of our dads.
Yeah.
Which for us was both like in the last year.
Yeah.
Like, within a year of each other, pretty close. And so Tim and I go away and we put all of that on paper and we wrote it all out, like all of the important things. And we don't have a will yet. Like, that's terrible, I know, but we're working on it. But we do have it all typed up. And then when we went back this year, we revisited that and updated and made those adjustments. And that makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Like, there's a certain level of peace when we get on the same page. And he's very much financially, like, long-term picture where I am not. And so he kind of can forecast things when we're there. And we kind of look at it. And so then that just kind of sets us a pace for the year that I really have enjoyed.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Actually, my husband and I have never taken a vacation just ourselves.
What?
Never. Like, we've gone to for North Carolina, to my hometown for a wedding, and like,
it's not a vacation.
No, like spent the night in a hotel. But other than we would go on family vacations,
right?
with my brother's family and my aunt. And so, but yeah, and we would stay for like a week at the beach, and it was always a lot of fun. But just for my husband and I to choose where we're going to go and plan that all out. But we are taking our first in October.
I was about to say
Yeah.
that needs to be on the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually supposed to be last week.
Right.
but
And
we
you
had
got
to
it delayed.
postpone.
Right.
Yeah, we
Okay, I
had to
remember.
postpone it due to some treatments that my husband was taking.
Right.
But anyhow, so yeah, so we're super excited about that. And one of the things that we have said is that we're going to take 3 hours out of that vacation, and we're going to talk about, the things that we need to talk about. Because, and my husband said, well, I don't want to spend a whole day doing that. Well, I don't want to spend a whole day either.
Right.
But it's something that we need to do.
Right.
And so, but we're super excited.
Can you tell us where you're going?
Yes, we are actually going to Rileyville, Virginia, which is on the other side of Luray, Virginia. And
Oh.
Luray is where we went for our honeymoon.
It is. I remember seeing
Yeah.
that.
And so we have a
Yes.
little cabin. We're taking our dogs with us. My husband's going to play golf and disc golf. And I'm excited about that because, golf takes like 4 hours. So that means I'll have 4 hours alone. So
Okay,
really
look,
excited.
Okay, but
about
what
it.
are y'all going to do for fun together on this trip other than talk about the stuff?
Yeah, but just spend time together
Okay.
with no Wi-Fi,
Right.
Which we're
In
excited
nature.
about. In nature. There's hiking trails
I
right
love
outside
that.
the back door where we're
Uh-huh.
staying. It's right at the foothills of the Shenandoah Valley, and so
The trees are going to be so pretty when you
Yeah.
go. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh, I could tell you that's another God moment too, because so that's for another podcast.
Okay.
But you know how we are. We
I
go
know.
from one conversation to the other. So we're really trying to stay on track. But I think what we're trying to say here to you listeners is that getting away is really important. It's important for recharging your soul. It's important to have intentional time with your friends. It's important to just get outside of your ordinary surroundings.
Right.
Yeah. For your soul,
Mhm.
whether it's, handling family business, whether it's taking a deep breath and putting your feet in some sand or, but yeah, that is imperative for your health.
It really is. It really is. Well, and I would say for us, it's imperative for our marriage because I'm a quality time girl. And so when we go away, I am content seriously to just be in the car with him. Now we don't fly very often because Tim really loves to drive. And most where we go, we don't need to fly. Like it's driving distance.
Yeah.
But just being in the car, having Pandora on the radio, singing really loud, like, cause he don't care.
Yeah.
And he don't care what I listen to. Like he lets me choose the music, which I love. We like most of the same things, but he totally doesn't have opinions about it usually. I just love it. I just feel so at peace and content. And I love it. It like starts the whole part of the vacation or the time away on a really good place for me.
Yeah.
Because that's how I connect. I connect through spending time. And the same is true, regardless of who I'm going with.
Yeah.
Just being in the car because I love road trips.
Yeah.
So I love that. I would say it's been very imperative to our marriage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just like for me, we live in the city, and it's like there's the only thing between my home and the interstate is a noise wall and a street. And so coming here, being here, and we woke up and we went on the front porch this morning, and like it's quiet, like you hear
except
birds.
For that cricket.
Except that cricket. He got evicted.
He did get evicted.
He got evicted. So, but what a lovely morning.
It was.
Yeah. Because I've actually had to learn how to tune out the traffic at my house when I want to sit on my front porch in the morning. I told you that story about how, So, it's I already feel better just being in the country.
It really does. Like
We're
there's
not here.
something
We
about
don't hear loud
nature.
cars. We actually heard church bells. And,
We did.
And if you hadn't been in the shower at 12 o'clock, like you would have heard the church bell, the song. So, So anyway, we just encourage you
to get away.
So
tell us in the comments, So even when you see that we share this on social media, tag us in the comments and tell us, where is your favorite place to go? Or what was your
Yes.
favorite place and who was with you?
Yes.
That's what we want to know. Where's your favorite place? What was the best time you spent and who was with you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, ladies, thank you for listening. Remember, you can, well, there might be some guys listening.
There could be.
Maybe the ladies are listening and their husband have to listen
Yeah.
because they're listening too.
Yeah.
I would
Hey,
appreciate that.
husbands.
Hi, husbands.
Yes.
Take your spouse away. Take them
Yeah.
away. On a side note, since I was talking about the marriage part, intimacy is better when you go away.
It really is.
Yeah. There's something about being in a hotel that makes it a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
Just
That's
for a
true.
side note.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So men, if you are listening,
And you haven't done that yet, there
plan
you
a
go.
trip.
There you go.
Plan a trip.
Okay, remember, as always, share this with your friends. We love you. We appreciate you for listening. You can support us through Patreon, and keep listening, sharing, and rate us in Apple, iTunes, Spotify, and remember Podbean, which is our platform. So
Yes.
have a great day. And again, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Hey, you guys, we just want to say thank you today. We want to thank our listeners and those of you that have subscribed to the Simple Conversations podcast. Friends, thanks.
Hey y'all, this is KJ from Simple Conversations where grace meets strength. Thank y'all so much for listening and tuning in. If it weren't for y'all, there would be no reason for us to do this. Listen, we need your help. We need your support. So head on over to patreon.com/Simple Conversations and decide exactly how you want to be involved. For $5 a month, you would get access to behind the scenes content. For $25 a month, you would get that as well as a shout out on the podcast or fan input. As a supporter for $50 a month, you would get all that in the previous two tiers, as well as a one-time gift or book that Alice and I have read or are reading that we think would add value to your life. Or for $100 a month, we consider you family. You ever heard that before? That's friends that are so good that we consider you family. So you would get everything in the previous three tiers, as well as exclusive branded merchandise from Simple Conversations. So listen, our heart's desire is to do more and to be more. And so in order for us to do that, we need help. And so we're dependent on you to help us make that happen. So thanks for tuning in and thanks for your support. See y'all.